In this video, I'm going to talk about the relationship between the obstructive sleep apnea and the COVID-19. So the first question which comes to mind is that what is obstructive sleep apnea? So I will just explain this, that normally when we are sleeping, the air goes in, this is the nose and this is the mouth and this is the tongue. The air goes in through the nose and goes into the open pipe or the breathing passage. This remains open, so there is no sound. But in the event when if there is any obstruction or narrowing, air goes through this narrow passage and we get what is called as snoring. And if this becomes even more narrow or obstructed, there are pauses in breathing, which are called as apneas. So this entity, which is called as obstructive sleep apnea, is basically that there is obstruction to the breathing at night. And this number is usually more than at least 10 times per hour at night, results in snoring, choking, and feeling tired or sleepy in the day. So that is the obstructive sleep apnea. So what is the relationship between obstructive sleep apnea and COVID? Does the presence of OSA increase the chances of getting COVID? Or is it associated with the worsening of the COVID? What does the data say so far? So there have been some publications in the last year and this year. That first one came around September, then November. People have studied thousands of patients with COVID, and the general consensus is that the presence of obstructive sleep apnea can make one get COVID the risk is about 8 times more. And also, the ones who have sleep apnea are at twice the risk of getting into a respiratory failure and also getting hospitalized. So thus, there is a relationship that the presence of OSA can make you more susceptible to get the COVID and also makes it more severe. There was a recent study which has evaluated almost 26,000 people, and it's in 14 countries. And they did a screening for OSA with the means of a questionnaire. And they again found the same thing, that the patients with sleep apnea are at a greater risk and get it in a much more severe manner. Why? Maybe it's a pro-inflammatory state, and thus the use of CPAP may decrease the inflammation and make the risk a little less. So along with the age, diabetes, depression, cardiac, obesity, OSA is also a risk factor. So finally, what can one do? First and foremost, the people who do have sleep apnea should definitely get treated. And the ones who are on treatment, please continue your treatment. The ones who are having symptoms such as loud snoring, choking in sleep, gasping for air, waking up feeling tired, should get evaluated. And for those ones who get admitted, the doctors, as physicians, we should identify them and know that these people might require a greater care. And of course, not to underestimate the power of vaccines. So people who are in any case at risk, and now it's open for everybody, I would suggest please ensure that you get a vaccine if you do not have any contraindications, so as to decrease the risk of the infection and get treated for OSA to decrease the severity of the infection. So that's all for this topic. That's the relationship between the obstructive sleep apnea and COVID. What does the evidence tell us so far? Thank you so much.